examples, right? Her type of leadership, the type of leadership that she portrays, is more effective than a leader who is a people pleaser. Because people pleasers allow people to walk over them more than a boss who says, what I say goes. That's why it's very difficult to find that.
On the beat.
Oh yeah. Ah, she's boogieing. Yo. Welcome to On the Beat podcast. And yeah, right? We have somebody in the house. Guess who we have in the house, people? Who we have in the house? What is your name? What is your name? No, honestly, it starts with Alexia, but
My whole name starts with Alexi and A.
and how is pronounced that for little children who might be listening to these things? You understand? The
Are
X
you
is
done?
silent. The X silent.
Welcome back to On the Beat podcast,
Yes,
Alexia.
anyway.
Anyhow.
Yes. Welcome to our next episode, and today we're talking about boss lady. Yes, she's out. No, she's now boss lady. Don't study it. Watch my.
It's soon coming.
Yeah. You really
It's
want
a
to be a boss?
process.
You really want to be a boss?
Yes, I want to be a boss.
All right,
I want to be a boss.
Let me get into the depths. You understand the depths of this conversation immediately. Boss ladies, right? Why do you think in this generation of young ladies they aspire to be their own boss?
We mean
Or
like,
to be the boss of others, meaning they're leading other people in the organization, right? One way or another, either they own a business or they're leading a department in the organization that a lot of people have to answer to them. And they are the ones who are saying, I can't go home yet. No days off for you. You understand? Come and do this, that.
I don't know.
Do young people aspire to be bosses?
Well, I feel like everybody should have aspired to be a type of boss. You could be bossed up, meaning you're not necessarily leading. You're not necessarily telling people do this now, but you within yourself, when you care about yourself, people say, you have boss energy. You have boss energy. Or you could aspire to really be those type of bosses who, listen, if you feel like you're taking a day off tomorrow, you're lying.
So, growing up and so on, right? I know your mom is she have the portfolio to be a boss, right? And she is one in her own way as well, because she leads a group of people in certain organization, right? So, therefore, how did you ever kind of pick her brain on how she actually manages leading people who might respect her or might not respect her?
No, I never actually asked her.
I know you could do that. Oh gosh.
No, I really never did, because I like viewing how she operates.
Right.
As opposed to...
And how does she operate? Have you ever been at her work?
No, but I could, like, when you're taking a call, it's not always on work. So you're hearing the kind of conversation,
right?
How you're saying things that you're saying. And even if every time I watch my mother, whoever she walking, how she walking, is like, that lady is a boss. For example, right? We went to the passport office, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday, sometime this week ago. And my brother, the second one, he was my mom was walking in to the passport office, and he was like, "Mommy, this look like a real boss." Like. And I had to agree, because every single time I watch my mother, it's like, you are a boss. You are a boss.
So in other words, she had the crawl. She had a crawl.
She commands that attention that a boss would command. So
in other words, she have that aura of her, that as they enter a room, people turn quiet.
Correct. Like, I am here, listen to what I have to say, then you could go about your business.
Now here's the scenario, right? In today's society, that women, we talking about equality and these type of gender roles and so on, right? women think that they've had to fight so hard for these positions that, to me, it end up producing two types of bosses out of them.
Right.
Either they end up abusing their power or
a people pleaser.
But there's not a balance out there.
In between, right.
What do you think about that? That you all have to fight so hard that when they finally get the position now, it's like, watch me, it still had to prove a point. Why still have to prove a point?
Right, that is true, and I agree. In my opinion, I feel like it's difficult for women to just be in between with those type of bosses, because you end up in this role of, I am the boss now. I need everybody to like me so that they can feel comfortable with me. Or, I do not care if anybody likes me, I need to listen now so that we can get things done in an effective manner.
Yeah.
And it's only like that because when you realize women, you wouldn't watch a woman and say, ooh, that person authoritative, them could command the room. You just more watch a man and say, that is it. That man, right. So those types of women who say, all right, listen to me now, or that is it.
Yeah.
Right. Those types of women, they say, well, I don't know I can't be looking like how that man does look. So I try to be a beast. Best I try to be a beast. So it's either or. I personally, I do not know if I could find that middle ground. It's either as a beast or I'm a people pleaser. So
you, how about you? You think if you turn a boss, like say by tomorrow, what role would you take? What position or perspective would you take of being a boss?
Right. You see, you could say, I will do so and I will do so and I will do that, but when you end up in a position...
because politics have a part to play in it. Keeping your job have a part to play in it.
Correct.
Because the boss role means you can easily be fired.
Correct.
You are the first one to be fired.
Yeah.
And that's why...
You are the first one to be blamed.
And to be blamed, exactly. So therefore, you would, even though you might have sympathy for some of your employees, you may still not have sympathy even if their father or mother died today.
That's true.
And the job have to be done, you know.
I don't know. Maybe the best way to be a female boss is if you were to just forget emotions and think about it in the logical sense. If I were in this position, what would I want for myself? How would I respond? Is this a reasonable inquiry? Inquiry?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this person asking me for something that is reasonable, or is it something that is frivolous and I do not really need to give them the time off that they're asking for? That's why I had to think about it. Like, if I were in this position, what would I want for myself? You ever, like, you've been working, you ever had like a female boss who thought like that?
Yeah, well, what you I had some female bosses, Jen. I had one, whatever she says goes. It doesn't matter if you have the technical ability or the skill level to do your job. She thinks she knows everything at the end of the day, right? And whatever she envisioned, this is what she wants. And don't even, ask back a question on the points that she done put out there. You understand? Whatever she say goes.
Right.
And sometimes she was being unreasonable. Not sometimes, a lot of times she was unreasonable. And it's like she had to put this kind of power across, the way how talk about how your mom have to walk, right? The kind of aura. But yes, you are a boss, you are the owner of this ship, right? But however, you have employees who have lives, you have employees who have feelings, you have employees who are a human being, and therefore you have to think on these lines. It's not like, hey, we had to get so and so amount of production in today that come jump high, jump low, this had to happen, right? I end up in that job, I end up walking out on she because she decided to blow up on me in front of everybody, and I know I was doing the right thing in the right time. And I decided to walk off. And she was walking behind me, calling me back. You understand? I was like, I'm not coming back. I take too much, blows.
Okay, well, if we were being quite honest with ourselves, right? Her type of leadership, the type of leadership that she portrays, is more effective than a leader who is a people pleaser, because people pleasers allow people to walk over them more than a boss who says what I say goes. That's why it's very difficult to find that in between ground, because as you show somebody kindness, they feel as though I can get one over this person. So
but here's the biggest, here's the next factor, the next twist to that, is that it would be great to see you, okay, we talk about people pleasers versus those who want to back out orders, right? The people pleaser might, true, people might walk over them, but yet people might look to fight for them. You understand? So, is that pros and cons in the aspect? But I think the balance is needed because I have a female boss right now, well, a female supervisor. And she has the right balance. You understand? We could go and hang out in a group session, maybe in a bar or some kind of stuff. And then in the workplace, she just knows how to come across
authoritative.
No. Professionally, what is the phrase I'm looking for? Respective or respectable, and yet professional, and yet it ain't hurting you. You understand? By getting the message loud and clear, meaning she louding you up, right? She saying, have you sit down there? Mr. Balfour, so you know that such and such and such, and think, is the tone of the voice number one? She using the protocols, and yet she using the emotions with it. It's like, I don't know, it is. Not many people could actually do what she did, right? Where you understand she is boss. You understand she's bringing a message across. You cannot walk over her, and yet it could still line with her.
Fair. Fair.
That is a boss. and watch me, because of that too, you will do anything that she wants.
Really?
You won't fret up and all that kind of stuff, you understand? It will actually fight for her to keep her position.
You know, sitting down here thinking now, when you really think about it, she's a mother?
She's a mother.
Yep. Most mothers have that balance.
Yeah.
You know, I want my child to like me, I want my child to love me, but I also need to let the child know who is boss. I cannot take time to play games with you like as a little friend. So, but most women who become bosses, to me, alright, so I'm a person who loves to watch television, right? So
name some bosses
other than, so other than what's in my house, I will watch TV and see different bosses. So it have like Judge Lola Carmichael from In All Rise. It have Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder, and I love Annalise. I tell you, I love Annalise. It have Cookie Lion from, oh my goodness, what is the name of the Empire?
Yes.
And
Empire.
Cookie is a boss. She was a boss that went to jail and still come back out being a boss. Annalise, even though like she was given information, my thing about her was never the fact that she was allowing people to, well, I don't know if you watch it, so you know watch the show?
No, never watch it. What is the matter?
How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh yes, I watched that already. That's a boss show.
Yeah.
Go and watch it.
That's our best show.
Plenty people out there in watch it.
That's a real good show. So she wasn't, even though she was telling whoever, I forget what the Keating Five,
right.
She was telling them what to do when they murder somebody and whatnot. She never once murdered somebody, one.
No.
And two, I never really used to, like, I understand where the show was going, but my main thing is how she's carry about herself in the courtroom. You could have ever win against Annalise Keating without a proper fight? Please. And like Lola Carmichael, who I mentioned before, she in the show, she's like newly the judge, and she's real young. She's a young judge, and she does make controversial verdicts.
Right.
She have controversial verdicts, right? So if somebody comes to before her in the court, whatever she believes thing, people might not agree with it always, but she makes sure that she said it in a. I feel like she had the perfect, not too stern, not too friendly, just in between.
That's in between.
That's why I like her.
Between.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to be there, be that type of boss in between. But lastly, we want to highlight, okay, why do young women or women in general, they don't have that respect for female bosses, really? They think, today's society think that men don't have respect for female bosses. But in my experience, I realized that female bosses often fall out with female employees or those who they are supervising. Right. You understand? So therefore, most of the times is that the women who have to look up to this woman boss or boss lady, they tend to not have full respect for them, or they tend to try to get their position if they could. Why it had to be a fight?
Because females are petty.
I didn't say that.
And they love bacchanal.
I didn't say that too. Yeah, I didn't say that. They're coming from a female. Let me hear.
I just always, like, I started working recently, and I just have lunch with a group of females, but I made it clear to them we are not friends, we are co-workers. They know that.
Right.
It's not a surprise. I make sure to say it. But I only say that because I'm trying to stay away from the drama and the bacchanal that comes with female energy. I do not know why women have that higher jealous tendency or that pettiness, as I say, like bacchanal. Like women always gossiping, they're always chucking something here, chucking something there, chucking something everywhere. And jealousy is a strong thing. I don't know if it's because men are taught to like suppress emotions, that their emotions do not come out as much.
Right.
When it pertains to jealousy and pettiness and bacchanal.
Yeah.
But I believe that women who clashing with the female boss half of the time is because they're being petty. But the other half could be the fact that I know I deserve that job, but you have it and you're messing it up.
Yeah.
You are messing it up, and I'm looking at you messing it up, and you are looking at me while I'm looking at you messing it up, and you still continue to mess it up. And I am telling you what best course of actions. I probably have more experience than you. I know more about the field that we're working in, but I'm not the boss. So I'm trying to guide you as best as I could, being an employee of here for however long, but you still want to choose to mess it up, so we're always going to clash. So it's either 50% with the petty and the jealousy,
right,
or the other 50% that know they could do better, but they were not given the opportunity. So they never really know was the true motive behind those kinds of
blow-ups and
conflicts. You never really know. But as far as I view the world, it's either half or half.
It's a very interesting thing to observe, because I've observed it in the workplace, and females. Yeah, I mean, females, I have nothing bad to say. I have nothing to say, you understand? And that, because of that, we have to bring this podcast to end, right, before Brent gets in trouble. Hooray to boss ladies out there. Y'all are doing a good job. If you are not doing a good job, do a better job.
We
And
cannot say if they're not doing a good job, we don't know.
all right, I was say if they're not doing a good
But
job,
they
be real
wouldn't
to
know if
themselves.
they're not doing a
Oh
good
well,
job.
for real. Look at yourself in the mirror. You understand?
Right.
And be real. Be true to yourself. And figure out, are you being fair across the board to the employees or those who you are supervising?
Right.
You understand?
It's like when you're leaving your house and you're looking in the mirror, you had to look good. So on the inside should reflect
True.
how you're looking in that mirror when you're leaving the house.
True. And I think when you give your employees the motivation, they get that. For example, they reach in the morning, they smile and they say good morning.
For them to think you're friendly.
So what? You understand? You have to give a little motivation and think about that. Collect a smile. Good morning, how are you there? Right? Compared to whoosh.
Yeah. Have you never watched The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and
Yes,
Ryan
but I can't
Reynolds?
remember how it is go.
She was the boss that is whoosh. She was the whoosh boss that was like, oh, she come in.
Whoosh. Hey, let me go out of here, people. Be nice, be calm, and have a good evening. Later.